Hello, friends. It's good to be here today. Welcome to 2 Minute Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get settled in. I'm going to start our Tuesday off with just a few breaths together. Actually, first, let's begin with some tea. Lovely. Okay. I'll situate myself here just a touch. And welcome to our morning live sit here on Journey Home Meditation. Excuse the sound of my antique wooden chair here. It's very antique is a way to say it's old. It's an old wooden chair, and it creaks involuntarily, just like I do. Okay, so as we settle in here this morning, let's find a comfortable position for our bodies. Sit as erect as you can, elongating the spine. If you're on a cushion or a mat on the floor with your legs crossed, you may want to put a cushion underneath your bum if you have to. This will help level your legs out so that your knees lay a little more perpendicular to your hips. We don't want to close in our front muscles. Part of this practice is opening ourselves and changing our posture to change our position in the world. You can rest your hands gently on your lap, your knees, or in front of your navel, whichever place is most comfortable for you. I like to place my hands in Chin Mudra, palms up on my laps, or in front of my sternum, or my belly button rather. The placing the palms up has the effect of slightly rolling the shoulders back just a touch. It's subtle, but as you'll see, subtleties make all the change when it comes to meditation and these practices in general. The most subtle shift has the most drastic outcomes, eventually. You can close your eyes or leave them open with a soft gaze just a few feet in front of you. And we'll begin just by allowing ourselves natural breath and taking note of the quality and timbre of our breath. And as you begin to settle in and you notice that your breathing is beginning to calm, and elongate the inhales and the exhales gently. Using the diaphragm, filling the belly. As the diaphragm pulls the air into the lungs, it pushes all of the belly out. See if you can have the feeling of pulling the diaphragm right to the bottom of your pelvis. Notice the different feeling as you engage fully with the diaphragm. Breathing into the lower back, the ribs, and just right at the end of the in-breath, the chest begins to swell. This calm breathing in and out of the nose, sometimes referred to as baby's breath. This is a natural, calm, and generative state of breathing. Now let's take 3 deep breaths with a slight extension in the holding in and abstention out of the breath. I'll cue for times. We'll do as long as you can inhale and then go to 4 seconds on retention. As long and slow as you can exhale and 4 seconds on the abstention. Like so. And hold. And release. And hold. And inhale. And hold. Final one. And return to natural breath. And now, Nadeshwara, alternate nostril breathing. This is Vishnu Mudra, pointer finger and middle finger bent down, ring finger or third finger, and small finger up, thumb extended on the right hand. We're going to face the palm towards our face so that we can cover our right nostril with our thumb and then switch, covering our left nostril with the 2 extended fingers. Okay? This is on in-breaths and out-breaths. Alternatively, if you don't feel comfortable with your hand in this mudra for whatever reason, you can also place those first 2 fingers right on the third eye and go back and forth this way. This is also very popular, and it's just as effective. So I just prefer this hand position. Maybe it's because I wear glasses and I don't like that feeling, but you can also take your glasses off. I could take my glasses off. Here we go. Let's do a few rounds of Nadeshwara. Begin by covering the right nostril with the right thumb and exhale all of your air from the left nostril. And then Inhale the left nostril. And switch, exhale from the right. Inhale. That's one round. Final round. Now just sit in stillness and silence for just a moment as you return to natural breathing. We'll take this few minutes for silent meditation. You can let your eyes open if they are closed. If they've already been open, you can return the soft gaze to a more focused gaze. Slowly let the body come back into movement. And notice the breath and the overall sensation in the body. Remember, there is no expectation for how you will feel with each session. If you enter into meditation expecting to feel a certain way, then you are going to inhibit yourself from having an effective meditation. Because it's part of the same control that we exert in our conscious, or I would even say unconscious actions that we take through the day, the mindless things that we do, where we move through our day without much presence or awareness of how we are moving through our day. And all of us do this, I think, at least at some point. Right? You've ever been driving along in your car and realize all of a sudden, wow, I've just driven, 10 miles. I have no idea. I wasn't noticing anything on that drive. You're just kind of on autopilot at that point. And your awareness is there just enough to know that you can react if you have to, right? But you're kind of off in space. Now, there are some who say that this is similar or akin to a meditative mind state, and it may be. But I tend to feel that it's another type of distraction or dissociation. Because oftentimes when I do this, it's that my thoughts are not still. My thoughts are on something that's away from me. Right? But you noticed as you were driving along and you passed all of these things and you didn't bring them in, you'll notice that the opposite can also be true, right? As I'm driving along and my mind is somewhere on 1,000 other things, right? Those 10 minutes just are gone. They just feel like that. But you can also focus in on something. Right? If you ever taken a drive to a place you've never been before, and you're on the lookout for certain signposts along the way, you'll notice that the drive in, like if you're driving through the woods, let's say, to get to someone's home that's far off into a mountain cabin, you'll notice that that first drive in feels much longer, right? It's really slow. You're taking in everything. But then if you make that drive often, then you begin to start distracting yourself from what's there. You don't have to focus on each little thing in the road because you have an expectation of how that road is going to be. And so your mind starts to shortcut that. Right? And some people think this is an energy saving function that we have, or this is a hangover from times when our awareness had to be on many things. I don't know. Some think that it's the function of abstract thought is a neurological pathway that we've engaged through play or through storytelling that stays functioning. And I'm not sure what the neurological reality is, but I know that the more comfortable I get with my expectations, the less I am open to what's actually there, right? So the more, we call this taking for granted. We take things for granted. And that just means that you take it as it's granted that it will be there. Like it's just the way it is. But when we can enter into that place of mindful awareness, and this is not just when driving a car, but it's very good to have when driving a car. But this is with any experience through our day. When we can shift out of the expectation mind into the aware mind, we can begin to recognize that there is always learning to be had. There's always experience that we haven't had. There's an openness to receive. And this brings with it a childlike sense of wonder. Right? And this is part of shedding our attachments, see? Because our attachments come in the form of comfort. That's what we name them. But what that really is having an expectation of the behavior of another, of ourselves, or an expectation of what we are to see. Can you imagine sitting before a sunset? A glorious sunset. You know, it's painting the sky every color you can imagine. And thinking to yourself, it's just the sun. I've seen this. I know what's going to happen. And so you just stop paying attention. Yeah. And for some reason, we've attached a certain special quality or weight to that moment in the sunset when the sky is painted and things are just different. Things are just different for that moment. And it's true. You know, there is something magical about that shift, that liminal space, the space between. But I'm curious if we were to sit in stillness the same way that we do for a sunrise or a sunset or stargazing, and we were to look into the eyes of our partner, or look at our children, or look at our neighbors, or sitting alone in our offices, or whatever it is, and we just gaze upon whatever is there with the same wonderment and stillness. I wonder where we'd go. So for your 2-minute Tuesday practice today, spend 2 minutes today openly gazing in wonder. And I know it feels silly. It may. You know, sitting in your car, in your driveway, gazing in wonder at your steering wheel. But what you can do for those 2 minutes as you're gazing at anything at all, notice how you feel. What's reacting inside of you? What stories are coming up? What stories are you developing? What triggers are being touched upon? Are there memories? What does the space smell like? What does it make you think of? There's so many places that you can go inside of yourself, all because you were sitting in wonder for just a couple minutes. So practice that today. Practice just staring at something for 2 minutes. Risk looking foolish in the pursuit of something amazing, something beautiful. But you don't have to have the expectation that whatever this thing is going to blow your mind. That's not what we're looking for. If it happens, it happens. Excellent. And we're just changing the way we move to change the outcome. Yeah? So, with that, thank you for joining me on this journey home. The music we listened to today was Benjy Wertheimer, and the track was Dawning from Soul of the Esraj. And we're really grateful to Benjy for allowing us to use the music he's created. And as I put my hands together in the recognized position of gratitude and prayer, my gratitude today is for the stillness. I'm grateful to be able to find this space. And my prayer today is, may all be happy. May all be at peace. May all be safe. May all be love. Thanks for joining me today. Wherever you joined me from, whether it's from Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you're here. Yeah, you may even be on Twitter. So this is a new platform for me. Let me know what you think. Send me a message. You can send me a message through Gmail, journeyhomemeditation@gmail.com, or you can send me a message through the Facebook page for Journey Home Meditation or my personal page. Wherever it is you want to leave a comment or a question, please do so. Like, subscribe, share, all of those things. It means a lot to me. So thanks so much, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Hadi Om.